Okay, Craig, here we go. I'm in my my parents' basement, so we'll do the best we can here. But you got all the pieces to the puzzle? Let's tie it all together, right? So, first of all, we're going to start out with the to-dos. Now, I'm going to do it the opposite way, the way you're going to like. I'm going to start with the task list a little bit, and then I'm going to talk more about the long tail goals in detail. Excuse me. You get the finite goals, which is engagement and, you know, having good content. So, to do weekly, we're going to blog at least twice a week, every single week. Now, I don't care how you split that up, if you do one for each site, or if you do, you know, 2 for one site one week, 2 for one site the next week, whatever you do, just be consistent. The important thing is to make sure you get 2 of them out a week. Once you have 3 or 4 on your site, you have plenty for you to launch your site. You don't have to worry about having enough content there. I wouldn't wait to launch your site for that. So, 2 times a week. Now remember the big bullet points here. We want to hear your opinions. You know, we want to hear information, but we also want you to relate the information to real stories and your opinions on those stories and why they should matter to us. You're the expert, you're the credible expert in the subject matter. We want you to tell us what we need to know and why we need to know it. Talk about why you're different. Talk about what makes your position unique. Talk about why you think your blogs are better than other people's blogs. Don't be afraid to do that. I think there's some benefit in that, you know, approach. Use one voice, you know, that's a big one. Just decide what position you're going to take or what direction you want to go in and just try and stick with it. And the easiest way to do it is read the last blog real quick before you write the next one. You know, keep them to like 300 words or less. Try to keep them like a quick 2-3 minute read. People are more likely to take information in digestible chunks, right? Rants. We want to hear your rants. We want the passion. We want the big power statements, the feature statements, those things that really identify you, not just as being credible, but actually being sensible, ethical, and, you know, a good qualified person for us to potentially do business with if we get enough information from you first. So, posts, the social media networks. Focus on Facebook and Twitter. You can connect your Twitter account and your LinkedIn account. If you're not sure what to do, go to LinkedIn and then check out the Twitter option under your profile. You can connect your tweets to LinkedIn. It's a nice feature, and I recommend it. It makes it a lot easier, and that way you can get multiple posts with one effort. So 3 to 5 per week on Facebook. You know, 1 a day during the business day is the easiest thing to do. Put it out there in the morning, check back at the end of the day, and engage. Quotes, articles, radio show stuff. Just think about it. Whatever you got, just put it out there. Don't discriminate. Don't worry about should I post this or publish it. Just do it. Most of the time there's benefit in it. And remember, it's true engagement. You're trying to get people to see the finer qualities of Craig every single day. Twitter, same rules. Quotes, you know, articles, radio show stuff. Now, we'll talk about where you're going to get the articles from later, okay? That part's going to be easy. With Twitter, though, if you can, try to post 1 to 3 times a day. I know that's a lot more work, but with Twitter, you know, simple statements like, man, this line is long at the bus station, is fine. Try to make a joke of it, try to make it interesting, whatever you can do, but something's better than nothing, 1 to 3 times a day. That's more about being a part of the stream of consciousness. Plus, remember, you're going to get all that benefit on LinkedIn. And the good news is, every time you post a blog, that counts as a post on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Every time you post a YouTube video, that counts as a post on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and YouTube. So, you know, multiple formats, multiple streams of the same media going out to multiple people. That's the idea, right? Lots of information going out, lots of leads and links and backlinks coming back to your site. More articles on Twitter. Twitter's all about posting articles and information and ideas. So you can be real crazy about just posting articles when you think they're good. Retweet other people's good articles. You know, repost other people's good and funny statements. That's a big part of like the community, the social community of Twitter. YouTube. 1 video per week at least 1 video per week. One little suggestion I would make is do one of your rants on video. Something really gets you pissed off or fired up at the end of the day or in the middle of the day or whatever it is. If you can stop right then and take 5 minutes or something and just talk about it. Don't worry about writing it down first. Don't worry about being organized. Just talk. You're good enough at what you do. You're a passionate enough person that it's going to carry over. It's going to be fine. Okay? So, you can also relate your YouTube videos to your written blog. That's an easy way to get multiple purposes out of one piece of content. So, you write a blog you really like, shoot a video that maybe goes more in depth on a specific point or a specific topic within that blog. Or, alternatively, do the video blog and then use the written part of the blog to actually tell people what's in the video. That's a really great way to set up a video as well. We'll do tech tips for all of this, by the way, when I edit the video together later. So that's what you got to do weekly. You got to blog twice a week. You got to do 3 to 5 posts on each of Twitter and Facebook if you can. 1 YouTube video per week. I'm going to zoom in for a second so you can see the list a little closer. Okay, no I'm not, because you can't really see it any better than that. So I'll leave that up. Hopefully you can see all of this. If not, I'll move the camera around. So the next thing you need to do is you need to practice, focus, and work on your syndication. Syndication refers to how you get the content out into the world and how you get it back to your website. That's the most critical part, right? So you're taking all this time and put all this energy and effort into creating the content. You got great stuff out there, but then at the end of the day, you don't know how to connect it all together, so it's not working for you. It's kind of just kind of shooting blindly into the sky and hoping to get good results. So let's talk about that for a minute. Syndication. So first and foremost, the blogs. Blogs are easy. Blogs you post everywhere, anywhere you can. Put an article out on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Hey, check out my latest blog. It's all about this, that, and the other thing. When you post your blog link, you actually post the link to the blog on your website. So when you post that link out here to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Blogger, and Tumblr, and any of those other places, all those links, when people click on them, bring that traffic right back to your website. 1 second. Okay, we're back, and I could tell you couldn't see that, so here you go. That says syndication weekly up there, by the way. Anyway, so this is a pretty critical piece of this whole process. Now, obviously, you don't have to write anything down, because you can stop the video, pause the video anytime, and write down the stuff that's on the board, or write down anything I said, but it probably goes without saying. So now you posted your blog, and you put an article out saying, check out my blog on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and then people click on that, and that brings them back to your site where they can see your other blogs, see your other video blogs, see your ebooks, your other content, whatever you have available on your website. Now, your articles are going to come from 2 places. First of all, they're going to come from feeds. Feeds are the primary source that you're going to get your articles from. I know you said you had a hard time finding RSS feeds. That's something that we're great at. So if you just tell us what you're looking for, what niche, what area, specifically, we'll find a couple RSS feeds for you, and then you can decide which one you want on your site. But the idea is when you get up in the morning, when you go to check all your social networks and do your posts and write your blogs or whatever you're doing that's content oriented, go and look on your website and look at any of the articles that are current on your site that look interesting or relevant or that would make sense. Now, finding them on your site is great. When you find them on your site, click on the link so you can actually bring the link up on the page that puts the article on your site. Then when you go to post it, you're going to post it in the same places: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. But what you're going to do is you're going to tell us why we need to read the article. Tell us why we need to click on the link. Hey, here's a great article on 10 ways that you can avoid foreclosure. Whatever. You're going to have way better stuff than this. You get the idea. So, that's how you do articles. Now, articles come in from 2 ways, like I said. First of all, they primarily come from feeds. Feeds are the best place to go. The second place, media sources. Media sources that you consult right now. Places you visit every single day that you use to gather information and get ideas for what you're going to write your blogs about, what you're going to do your position statements on YouTube about, and those kind of things. So when you find good articles that are relevant from other media sources outside of your feed, that's when it gets a little tricky. You can do one of 2 things. The best thing, the thing I recommend, is actually copy and paste the whole article right off the current website and put it right into a blog. Now, that sounds like blatant plagiarism, and it is, but here's how it becomes not plagiarism. Make sure you leave a link or embed a link in your site so people can go visit the original article, so you're giving credit to the original writer. But what you're going to do is you're going to take a few minutes or a minute or so and just set the article up. Talk about a specific story or a recent situation where you have connected somebody to this idea, or where this idea helped you connect to somebody. Does that make sense? So you found this great article on 10 ways to avoid foreclosure. You took one of the ideas off that article and you actually got some business done. So you're going to tell us all that. So why are you doing that? First of all, then you can post the link to the article that you just copied and pasted. Instead of posting the link to that media source's website to generate traffic for them, you're going to post the article on your site, and then you're going to use it as a blog to tell people about how credible and how good you are at what you do. So here's a way I used one of these 10 tips to actually help a real living breathing customer. Read the article for more information. It's great advice. So that has a lot of benefit, okay? Now, the last piece to this is the video piece. Now, video gets a little more complicated because you do want video to live in two places. That's the only thing I'd say, that if you can, you want it to always live in two places. The reason is people don't really search and often find video straight away on a website. If they're looking for a video, for example, on Craig's tips to avoid foreclosure, and they search on Google, they're most likely to get search results posted from YouTube. YouTube is much more highly indexed, they have much more traffic, they're much more relevant, they have much more options, so they're a better fit. So Google's always going to almost always refer their own product over, your website. So it's kind of a fight upstream to sort of try and fight that. So you always want all your video content to live on YouTube. Now, the trick is to embed the video on your site. And you embed the video on your site, guess where? In the same place as your blog. So now let's back up a minute here, because hopefully the epiphany just occurred, and if it didn't, I'm going to make that connection one more time. What is your blog? It's your website. Yeah, there's other stuff on your website. There's other people's articles, there's other things, other information, but basically your website is a blog. That's all it is. The only reason it lives and breathes the way that it does is because you're using it to generate fresh, original, and new content every single day. And you're doing that through the multiple streams of the social media networks and the blogging. Now, the actual blog area of your website can contain multiple kinds of media and multiple kinds of text. So you can embed HTML in there, for example, like, real code, right, for websites. You can embed YouTube videos in there very easily, and I can show you how to do all of this. Well, Ben will show you how to do all this. Ben will show you how to do all of this. You can embed this actual YouTube video from YouTube right into your website. Now, here's where it gets cool, right? So you don't send that individual to the YouTube link. Sorry, the phone's ringing. You don't send that individual to the YouTube link when you post it on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. You send them to the link to the blog article on your website where the video is embedded. So even though they're watching the video on your website, it's actually being streamed and fed and hosted by YouTube. That's counting for views on YouTube, so it's helping your view count go up, it's helping your indexing go up on YouTube, while they're actually visiting your website and watching the content. That is the key piece, and that's why blog sites are so attractive and so beneficial for people in your business. They can do so much with them. So that helps and hopefully explains syndication. If you have questions about that, let me know. Pause for a minute to take notes. I'm going to put up the last page, the most important page, the why page, the long tail answer to your big question. The reason that I did this on a video instead of write out this in a plan is because there's way too much stuff to put on the why page. I would have gotten bored of typing. So here it is. Good luck reading it. I'll try to see if I can zoom in and show you some points as I move through them. But basically, why? Why are we here? Why are we doing all this? The number one reason is definitely to engage. There is no other number one reason than why you're writing all this content, why you're writing blogs, why you're producing video content. It's to engage. It's to engage. And, by giving thousands and thousands of people a chance to do the most important thing in the world that we could ever possibly hope for them to do, the one thing that's going to actually change their lives, the thing that can actually take their bad situation from a great situation, the thing that's actually going to take them their position of being inept and having inaccurate information and being unaware to actually becoming self-aware, prepared, and have a plan of attack. The thing that's going to give that to the individuals out in the World Wide Web looking for the content information is a chance to meet you. You, Craig Nestor, a chance to meet you. That's what this is all about. You don't post on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter so you can be a part of the noise. You don't produce video content on YouTube just so you can be indexed and found. You don't write blogs in your personal voice with your personal opinion so people can find you on the internet. You heard me make the statement that you can get a great 1,000-word blog article for $6 if you find the right keyboard banger in India. But is that going to inspire people and motivate people to actually engage with your business? Or is it just going to get them to your site? What's most important to you? Is it to build a long-time legacy of clients that you super service for the rest of your life? Or is it just to provide a service and a product for a short term so you can pay the bills? I have a feeling I know which one the answer to that question is. So that's why we're doing all of this. It's so they get a chance to meet you. So every day when you post a comment on somebody's Facebook wall, or whenever you post a quote, an inspirational quote, or whenever you give us an opportunity to listen in live to one of your 3 radio shows, You should not have any problem with content, by the way. You should not have any problem with content. You, of all people in the world, should have content free-flowing from every orifice in your body. So, that's my point. You're not putting that all out there just so you can get indexed and found on the search engines. That's so boring. Who wants to get out of bed for that? You're doing it so they can meet you, so they can see who you are, so they can get to know better why they should care about all of this shit you're telling us about. Because otherwise it's just noise, right? If you're just putting it out there, it's just noise. It's not benefiting anybody. Now, if you tell me all of those things, those wonderful identifiable characteristics, the things that are only inherent in Craig Nester and no one else in the world, and trust me, I'm sure of that. If you tell us all of the information and you do it in a non-selling, seeding way by doing it slowly with the trickle approach over time, you're going to be much more effective. And people are going to flock to read your blogs. And when they read your blogs, they're going to see your other stuff on your site. And they're going to find out that they can have opportunities to do consultant work. And what's the whole point, right? The benefits. Obviously, web traffic, SEO, you make connections. That's a big part of it. You make connections. You help people. That's so awesome. Credibility. Credibility is so huge. Credibility can be built overnight on the internet if it's done in the right way, in the ethical way, in the way that's genuine and honest. Build a venue. Build a venue. Think about, the ultimate job of any parish or any church is to build a big church. Why do they want a big church? Because they want a lot of people coming to it. So they can spread their good word. So they can tell everyone around them how they can better their lives. That's the point, right? You need to build a venue like that, Craig. You need to build a venue like a church. A venue that people can be inspired and motivated to come and when they have nowhere else to turn, when they have no other options, when they have nothing left. I talked about the book of Job today with one of my salespeople because it's such a great book. I said, when you need perspective on life, read the book of Job again. It is so motivational, inspirational. When people get to that point in their lives, what do? They turn to the only thing that's been there for them all along, the only thing they've been able to rely on. Now, I know that's getting a little cheesy, but it's not that far off when you talk about what you're offering people. It's really not. I mean, you're really giving people a way to save their own lives. And I know you believe in that. And I think that's the part I'm trying to say here. Build a venue. Create a platform for your brand so you can build brand equity, right? Having a brand means nothing if it isn't worth something. So, if you build a platform for your voice, for your ideas, for your concepts, you can build brand equity that'll give you long-term sustaining income and wealth without having to do all this work forever. Because at some point, you're going to have a marketing team doing this stuff for you, right? But what's the number one benefit? Number one. It's the daily you. It's the daily you. It's every single day we get a little taste of you. It's that consistent message that you get to put out into the world and you get to do it for free. Every time you publish an article, every time you make a statement or a comment, every time you do a video rant, that information you're putting out there costs you nothing but your time. And with that little bit of time, you have the chance to touch thousands of people. It's brilliant. You need to be a resource. That's what we're trying to do here. Be a resource, not just for information, but inspiration. Not just for educational information, but motivational information. I need that transfer of enthusiasm, that complete buy-in. I want to know when you tell me I can do it, that I can fucking do it. Excuse my French, you're getting me fired up. But what's the point? All of this means nothing, right? Unless you look at it like this. The more people who come to you, the more will buy from you. It's pretty straightforward. But ultimately, that's the long tail answer, right, Craig? That's what you want. That's the payoff. That's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Is if you do all of this and you do it the right way and you actually create engaging, inspiring content, you're going to give thousands of people a chance to buy from you. I don't know. I think I did okay. We'll see. We'll see how you take it. We'll see how it helps. I'm going to send you a text just to inform you that I'm going to be late sending you the video, but I wanted to give you the head notice that I did finish it at, let's see, mark the clock, 5:45 p.m. So I'm with my son now until about 9, and then I'll get home, I'll edit and cut the video and shoot it over. So you're going to need some tech tips in here, and what I'll do is I'll make sure Ben kind of supplements a document or gets you information to show you, where you click to do all this stuff. So anyway, I hope this helps. I think I painted the right picture for you. I think I connected all the dots. I think you get the full perspective. You tell me from here. We'll see ya. Hey Craig, I'll come back for one more close-up here of the sheets just so you can have them. So here's your to-do weekly. blog 2 times, opinions, information, use one voice, you get it. Here's the syndication slide. Syndicate weekly. Oh yeah, that's right. We got to publish one of your ebooks on Amazon. I forgot about that. Here's the engaging slide. Give thousands of people a chance to meet you, the smiley faced letter U, the benefits. Number 1 benefit, daily dose of you, consistent message for free. The more people you connect with, the more people will buy from you. You get the point. Have a good night.